Welcome back to Grit Gym. Today is about the agreements that we have out at Grit Gym. I don't think I've ever done this video on here, but I really want to go through some of the things that we do and do not do at Grit Gym that you can be sure that are never going to happen within your experience out here, and my reasoning behind why we do or do not do those things. For one, the first thing is your health comes first. No, your health will always supersede any new, cool, fancy, sexy type exercises going on, and your health will always supersede you wanting, your desire to do that new sexy exercise if you're not ready for that thing or the weight that you want to do. Like for me, like you're never going to get hurt on my watch, okay? And like there might be some anomalies that just acts of God that happen that there's no way that they were going to be avoided. But we want to dampen those down at all costs because nothing stops progress and motivation like an injury, and it's completely avoidable. So who is Grit Gym? What is Grit Gym? Grit Gym is a personal training studio that does on-site and online programming for people. People come in here and they work out in a safe and efficient manner that gets them the most out of the time that they are here. I realize everybody has these really busy lives, and time is your number one, or is one of your number one resources. This is about what I was about to say. Is one of your top four resources: health, wealth, relationships, time. Right? So we want to take advantage of the 1 hour that we do get with you each day and give you the biggest bang for your buck within that time. So what are the things that you will not see at Grit Gym, we will never ask you to do? Well, the first one is jogging, okay? I realize this is backwards for some of you, but no jogging. I'm not saying that you can't jog if you do so want to, but I'm never going to ask you to jog. I think it's an unnecessary thing. It does not really occur out here, and it's not something that we really need to spend a lot of time doing. You can do that on your own. I don't need to sit there and watch you. The other thing is we're not going to do burpees, okay? There's no burpees. I do not understand this exercise. You are going to tweak your back every time that you go and pop up and down. Every single time you're going to do this like extension pattern thing that is just going to, it's like, I cringe when I watch gyms do this. Besides the lack of creativity and how pathetic it actually would be to actually program this in and plan this out that, oh, just go do burpees. Like, no, you do not need burpees in your program. You're going to stand up on the same leg every single time, and you're not going to get anything out of it. Like, I just can't think, like, I go to gyms every once in a while, I see this going on, and like, you couldn't think of anything else. And I asked them their reasoning behind it, and they're like, well, to get their heart rate to rise. If there is only one reason why you can, if you only have one reason to include an exercise in your program, that's a red flag, first of all. And second of all, that one reason needs to have so much return on investment that it was worth what you actually got out of it. Okay, so what are you getting out of that thing? Is the heart rate going up enough? Can we get the heart rate to go up in other fashions that are actually better for the person and the individual involved? I think so, because I've never programmed a burpee in my life. I really needed to censor myself right there, because I need to stop cursing on this show. Anyway, no burpees. There's never been a burpee that's happened in Grit Gym. I've never programmed a burpee. I don't know what would have to happen for a burpee to actually become a thing out here. When it comes to competition, we do friendly challenges and competitions, okay? But it's a competition with yourself, okay? So if we're getting into competition, it's not cutthroat. It's not like trying to put somebody else down. It's not a zero-sum game where somebody loses and somebody wins. Out here at Grit Gym, we want to be as cooperative as possible, okay? If you and I have a competitive relationship, even over this medium, if you want to go like, oh, he's wrong about this, he's wrong about this, he's wrong about this. If you want to create a right-wrong, then we have a competition. If we want to sit down and have a discussion back and forth where we share perspectives and then we can learn from each other's perspectives, now we grew our intelligence and we had a cooperative relationship. I want everything out at Grit Gym to be as cooperative as possible so that everybody is winning. It's a win-win, because in a cooperative setting, if somebody loses, everybody loses. Okay? If I win, I still lost because the relationship lost. Right? Even if I won, I still lost because the relationship lost. This is accurate with your significant other, with every friend that you've ever had. This is accurate with every single person. This is where people go wrong with the whole everybody's a winner thing, because no, that's not true. In a competitive scenario, there is a winner and is a loser. There is a loser and a winner. It is a zero-sum game. But in a cooperative setting, it is a non-zero-sum game. Either everybody wins or everybody loses. It is not either or. We want to create competitive challenges or competitions that are more like challenges where everybody wins from doing so. For instance, there's no public numbers out here. We don't have a leaderboard up on the wall somewhere that says what you benched or squatted or something like that out there, because we're trying to remove the ego out of the scenario, because we want to coax the gain along. We don't want to force the body and submit it to our will, because that does not work. There's no leaderboard. There's no heart rate screens up on the wall. We don't even use heart rate monitors very often. Pretty much nobody has a heart rate monitor unless they're jumping on a bike and we have a reason to use it. Really, there's no comparison charts is what I'm saying. And really, as far as heart rate monitors go, so few professionals even know how to use this. The reason why you use a heart rate monitor is to judge the readiness of the person involved. Okay, so if their heart rate is spiking up, it means that we're not ready to be doing that exercise at that time. And so there's just too much to go into to educate everybody on this. Heart rate monitors are fantastic. Training with a heart monitor can be fantastic if you really, really know what you're doing. But most of the time, it's a pat on the back, feel good for the person involved, so the personal trainer doesn't have to actually do anything and just be like, oh yeah, look at the progress you made. For instance, if you have a heart rate monitor screen at your gym and it uses percentages instead of the actual number, walk out. This is a very undereducated scenario. There is no reason to use the percentage. It would just be absolutely silly. It's a distraction at best. We do not use them out here unless we really, really need them for some reason. But fun challenges. We also don't do before and afters. No before or after pictures. I cannot stand gyms that do this. I can't imagine taking a person that has just signed up, has had the courage to walk in and sign up for a very fairly expensive thing where they're going to invest money in their health, something that I am extremely appreciative for, not just for like the money side of it, like that's great and all, but like there's not enough money in this to matter. So it keeps the lights on, but the fact that they were able to fork over a certain amount of money that they weren't comfortable with, and they were able to push themselves into an environment where they're not comfortable, where they think they're going to get judged, where they are or aren't. And then you ask them, you take I can't imagine doing this. I've never done this. I can't imagine doing this. Gyms that do this, I just find disgusting. I think they're the Harvey Weinsteins of the fitness industry. But they'll take them into another room, say, get down to your underwear. We're going to take before pictures of you, and then we're going to blast them all over our website. Like, what a scumbag. I can't imagine how scummy that has to feel to take a before and after picture, and then so you're shaming them up front. You're like, hey, look how fat you are. Look at this. Isn't that motivating? There's not one bit of research that would say that a photo is motivating to somebody. And then they take that photo, they exploit you out on their website for their own personal gain. I just find it absolutely disgusting. That it's immoral, it's unethical, it is unnecessary for your progress. It does not happen out at Grit Gym. Once in a while people say like, oh, tell us how you really feel, Adam. And I'm like, I will tell you how I really feel if you like watch what you ask for. We will never ask you to give up meat. Meat is extremely good. Animal protein and animal fat is extremely good portion of your nutrition. It would be delusional to think, it would be delusional thinking and a denial of reality to think that not eating meat is good for you. The benefit of a plant-based diet is the abundance of fruit and vegetables, not the absence of animal fat and animal protein. And to the people who think that are for the morality of it for the animals, nothing kills more animals and takes more homes than agriculture. So nothing destroys more animals' homes and more animals' lives than agriculture. Plus, plants feel pain, and this is the biggest one I don't understand is the sentient thing. Plants feel pain, first of all, and it's still alive. It's alive. A plant is alive. So I totally understand the whole, like, I don't want to kill an animal either. I don't want to kill a plant either. I don't want to take a life to sustain my own. However, I don't think the jerk is the one who kills the animal versus the plant. I think the jerk is the one who takes the life, whether it's a plant or an animal, and is not grateful for the sacrifice that life made in order to sustain your own. So like to not be thankful for the steak that you do eat, to not be thankful for the egg, the onion, the whatever it is, the life that was given up for you to eat, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me other than being grateful for the life that was given up. to be able to sustain your own life. All right, no tire flips. No flips. No tire flips. There's a reason for this. It's because everybody goes like this. They get in a really bad position. Hardly anybody has the actual anatomical makeup to be able to pull this off. It is just completely unnecessary. I don't think that you get enough out of a tire flip to actually warrant adding it into a program. So I'm not going to say, we've had trainers out here that throw one in at the end of a challenge, and we have a talk with them afterwards. Hey, don't do tire flips with people. They're usually interns that got a little ahead of themselves, but so few people can actually pull this off. And this goes back to your health will always supersede, your health will, the goal of health, your health will always supersede any exercise that you do, will always supersede how cool, new, sexy, exciting that exercise seems and how you want to do it. Your health comes first. Your health has to come first, and we will always put that first. Okay, you also not do upright rows, okay? Upright rows, no upright rows. Why? Because it is shoulder impingement 101. Okay, this is the most vulnerable position that your shoulder can be in, this internally rotated position out in front like that. And you're going to add weight to that with a bar hanging below your arms. It's like, let's say this is a bar, and I go like that. Like right now, my shoulder isn't like that very much. It's going to cause an impingement, and if you already do have an impingement, which is a high percentage of people walking around, you are going to ignite that shoulder from going off. Just like I said, it might be a cool looking exercise. Like if you want to get a schneck where your traps are right up by your ears, and you see this upright row, you're like, man, that's the answer. That is the answer to you being in a sling for the next 6 weeks. We will not do that. We will not do crunches or sit-ups, okay? Particularly sit-ups. Spinal flexion, and there is something to be said for reverse crunches, but I'll leave that one for a different day. And most of that is for a person who already lives in a ton of extension. To come back to neutral and then fold up is a completely different scenario than someone going into full spinal flexion. But spinal flexion has been shown over and over and over and over again to lead to or cause stenosis in the spine. We do not need that injury in the spine. There's other ways to work your core than to do sit-ups. Besides the front here, there's a reason that these look like squares, or like there's like segments to them, and they're not just these two big hamstrings going up, because it's not meant to crunch. It's meant to be able to do that because it's really an anti-extender. It's trying to stop you from going into extension by hammering down up front. It's also an anti-rotary. It's also a huge bracing mechanism. Okay? Otherwise, it would just be two big hamstring muscles right in front, just these two big long. You wouldn't have a six-pack. Okay? So you do not need to do that. If you are at a gym that treats the spine like it's or treats the crunch like it's building these muscles up front, you need to walk out. There is just a plethora of other options to go from that are better for your spine. You will not do crunches at Grit Gym. You will not do sit-ups at Grit Gym. Your abs are an anti-extender, an anti-rotary, and a bracing powerhouse, and it's used to create a foundation. This is the foundation by which the spring can shoot and launch from. That's why you have these, not the other way around. So this would, if you didn't have this super ability to build this super stiffness, it would be like trying to jump on a pillow or a really soft surface. You couldn't jump, right? It's because the spring isn't able to do what it's supposed to do. Okay, so you need this spring in there to explode from. You will not work out until you puke. Like puking, we don't want that. Okay? You don't want to puke at any of your workouts. That means we are going way too hard. Besides that, you don't have to push yourself to this level in order for you to make progress. Let's say that you haven't worked out in 6 years, and you just haven't been exercising for a fairly long period of time. It is not that hard to get pretty seriously injured. And one of those things that I heard recently was somebody went to a gym for the first time, hadn't worked out in a situation like that. They hadn't worked out in a couple years, and they got rhabdo. It's where your muscle basically bursts. You have tissue, like protein, like you have muscle tissue floating around your body. Your body's trying to get rid of it, so your kidneys are working overdrive, trying to get rid of this stuff, and it's really dangerous. It's not toxic. It's bad for you. You will not work out till you puke. This is unnecessary. It's unprofessional. It's just, for lack of a better word, it's just kind of dumb. The whole "I'm so sore, I can barely move" is a little silly. Like when you first start, should you feel a little bit of discomfort and soreness? Yes. Should you feel some discomfort and soreness along the way of your fitness journey? Yes, of course. Should you be so sore that you can't sit down on the toilet? No. Should you be so sore that if you rolled over in bed that it would wake you up? No. Should you be so sore that if your significant other suggested that you guys have some fun, should you not be able to do it? No, that should not be a case. You should be able to live your life at any point in time. You should not be so sore that you cannot do the things that you want to do in your own life. Okay, you will not do Olympic lifts. No ollies. I know I've talked about this before on the show, but there are so many things that you would have to qualify to be able to do this. And there's so many, like the ollie lifts are, Olympic lifts are the clean, the jerk, and the snatch. So it's taking from the floor, taking it up overhead for the snatch, or the clean and jerk where you clean from the floor up to a front squat position, and then the jerk would be taking it from there straight up overhead. Now, in order to do those things, you need qualifiers. Not everybody is set up to do it, really, even if you are qualified, unless you are competing in Olympic lifting, there is absolutely no reason to ever do Olympic lifts. There are just other ways that we can go about this. We can jump with the trap bar. We can throw medicine balls, for instance. Those are two very easy go-tos, especially the medicine balls, because we can work every vector. When you're doing a clean, a jerk, or a snatch, you're working right here. When we're working with a medicine ball, we can work in that frontal plane, that transverse plane. We can work every single movement plane that we possibly have. We can load our hips, and we can load our we can build stiffness through here while we load our hips to connect all the dots. It's just way better to use medicine balls or to jump with the trap bar than to do Olympic lifts. These Olympic lifts are extremely technical exercises. I mean, extremely technical exercises. They take years to master. And people think that they're going to add them into a conditioning circuit where you're already out of breath and fatigued. That is a recipe for disaster. Not only are you lifting that bar up above your head or taking it past your chin, but I need to get off of this one. But you do need a few things. For one, you need to be able to extend your thoracic spine while your rib cage stays down. If you can't do that, you don't get to do a clean, a jerk, or a snatch. You need to be able to take your arm straight up overhead while the rib cage stays down. Okay? I am right at the cusp. Like, I can probably do a snatch, but I'm getting close. You have to be able to do that perfect. You have to score a perfect score on the FMS overhead squat. And I don't mean get a 2+. I don't mean get kind of close. I mean perfection. You do not get to skimp on that to be able to snatch. You need if we're using the screens out here, you need a 4+. That's 4+ out of 5+. 5+ being the highest score you can get, 0 being the lowest score you can get. You need a lumbar stability of 4+ in order to be able to do a clean, a jerk, or a snatch. You need absolutely 0 laxity in your ulnar collateral ligament right here. The amount of valgus stress that you're going to have when you get into these positions around that elbow, you're asking for disaster if you have any laxity already built up in there. You have to have extreme laxity in your wrist. Your wrist, to be able to bend back into that position, needs a lot of laxity. You have to have a shallow hip socket. We have to be able to sink really deep into that squat in order to do that. Otherwise, you're going to tear the labrum in your hip. You have to have tons of ankle mobility. If you do not have at least 3 inches of dorsiflexion in your ankle, you do not get to do these exercises. And you have to pass the hip extension test, and the hip extension is like your head's here, upper neck, upper back, low back, hip, femur, knee. Okay, maybe this is a bad depiction. Let's not go with my art. Anyway, you have to pass a hip extension test with a 4+ out of 5+. Otherwise, you don't get to do it. Okay. And even if you do qualify for all of those, you pass all those with flying colors, unless you are an Olympic lifter or you're competing in some kind of thing that needs Olympic lifts. You can get them other ways that take less than 60 seconds to learn. Do it the other way. Like I said earlier, we have a certain amount of time with you when we're here. We want to make that as efficient as possible. I'm not trying to teach you how to be better at exercise. I don't care. I don't care how good you are at exercise. I care about what the exercise gives you in order for you to be able to enhance what you're already doing out there. The important thing that you're doing in the world, that the world needs more of, for instance, parents. You're doing an amazing thing. You need to be able to go and be better parents. You don't need to be concentrating on how do I become a better exerciser. You need to go and make yourself as great a parent as you possibly can, or a professional, entrepreneur, whatever you happen to be. That's what you need to be focused on. You don't need to be focused on how do I become a better exerciser. I don't understand becoming great at exercise. I understand using exercise to be better at what you do out there. All right, we do require a positive attitude. You have to have. These are the 3 agreements I ask everybody. You have to come in with a positive. You have to be a positive influence while you are here. That took a little bit to get out. You have to be a positive influence while you are here. If you are a person that just wants to look for things to be offended by, look for things to complain about, if you would complain if your ice cream is cold or if your coffee was hot, then please just stay home. I'm not in the business once in a while we'll have somebody out here, they only stay for maybe a couple of days, and they want to argue, they want to pay us and then argue with us about the information they pay us to help them with. It's an amazing thing, but you have to be a positive influence. You have to focus on the present priority. I know that work is very important. Everything that you do outside is very important. However, if we focus on work while you're exercising, well, then we sacrifice the work and the exercise. We didn't do very good at either. So focus on the present priority. We're exercising right now. That doesn't exist. And then work hard to improve every day. Work hard to improve every day. And I don't care how bad you are when you start. Let's improve. Let's get better at this thing. All right. You will need a sense of humor. I've been fairly serious throughout this whole talk, but you will need a sense of humor. I swear that I'm a little bit funnier in person. But if you can't laugh at yourself and you can't laugh with others and you can't laugh at jokes but you find them offensive all the time, then you're not going to like it here. I'm not saying that we say like really crude, nasty stuff, because we don't. I try to create as safe an environment for everybody to express and explore who they really are. But some of that comes with a great deal of humor. It's very fun and funny to goof around, and you can still be focused on what you're doing and laugh. So, like, if you can't laugh at stuff, you're going to have a terrible time here. You have to come with an open mind. There's 2 ways that I find that people mainly take in information. Either they're looking for stuff to argue with, and believe me, I've made this error in the past too, just looking for something to argue with to try to make myself feel superior, like I know more than the person that was actually had the courage to actually express themselves, which was just so silly of me. So I understand why someone would make that error. But the other one is that they open their mind and they're like, please, I want to learn. I want to learn. I'm looking for the thing. I'm looking for that one thing that I can learn to pick up on to improve. And like I said, arguing with people that pay us to learn our knowledge and expertise, it probably seems like a good time to them, but it's definitely about as fun as hemorrhoids to us. And no coach at Grit Gym will ever take credit for your success. I wouldn't allow it if I would confront one of our coaches if they tried to say I lost them 20 pounds, or it was because of me or I did, when it was actually the person that did the thing. I wasn't there to slap the food out of your mouth. You did that. I didn't do the workout for you. You did that. I didn't do it for you. You did the things. So you get credit for your successes. I might have guided and pointed in a direction, but you put in the effort, you put in the focus, you supplied the discipline, and you showed up and did your thing. Now, the reality to all this is that you're one decision away from everything that you want. We will not do any of this crap. This is my agreement. This is my agreement to you, is that you will not experience these things with Grit Gym. Okay, we don't hire people that are so uneducated that they would actually do these in the first place. Once in a while we get an intern that will try to do tire flips because they get a little bit, but we've had that discussion with interns now to where that doesn't happen anymore. But you are one decision away from making everything that in your life. And the thing is that when it comes down to money, I know that this video is going to go up on the page where you guys can see the training packages to my side here. The decision for me is always, am I going to be all in, or am I going to be afraid that I'm not enough today? Am I going to be all in today, or am I going to be afraid that I'm not enough? And that's the one decision. I think you're one decision away from changing everything in your life every time that you ask yourself those 2 questions. Because you can be going down the default path, or you can be going down the path that you do want. And the stuff that we do out here, I'm getting lost in my own speech here, sorry guys. But you're one decision away from making your life everything that you want it to be. And when it comes down to the money, this will not change anything for us. It won't change anything for us. I'm going to drive the same car tomorrow. You sign up today or don't sign up today. Like, I'm going to drive the same car. I'm going to live in the same house. I'm going to do the same things. It's not going to change anything for us, but it will change everything for you. So I highly encourage, take the chance, sign up for a strategy session, come out here. All you'd have to do is click one of the links, the Get Started links to the side or on this page somewhere. How you get started is through a strategy session. It's where we sit down, we do the goal setting, we do your health history to figure out where you've been, we do the assessment to figure out where you are right now. We look at each joint, we look at the centration of each joint, the stability, the mobility of each joint. We try to figure out everything, we try to collect as much data as we possibly can to make the best program for you. We look over movement quality, we look over movement patterns, we look at different things to make sure that we're giving you the exercises that you need and qualifying you for the exercises that are going to be best for you and disqualifying the exercises that you should avoid. When you do that, when you go through the strategy session, usually that's $119. If you click the Get Started button, I can assure you that it's and read through what we're offering with the strategy session, it'll be a better deal. But pretty soon we're going to have this to offer everybody too. So to you guys that are watching, you're going to have this pretty soon. But the task management software is usually we're going to run this for $37 every 2 weeks, so that's $962 per year. And this gives you opportunity to go through the video, have a bunch of videos and courses on there that we can teach through there, and that you can ask your coaches questions at any time in a private manner so that you don't have to do it while in person here with maybe 2 or 3 other people that you might be working out with. You also get a nutrition assessment. This is an online like an online analysis, online test, online quiz that you take. Usually we charge $10 for that, and then you get a journal that's usually also $10, and you get an online nutrition course, which is $59. I don't know how much money I'm up to now, but the people that have gone through these courses that we've had in the past, we did a bunch of beta tests on people from around the country to see how they did with the online version, and it was fantastic. Everybody that went through it said really great things. So you're going to get the strategy session, $119, the task management software system, that's $960 per year, the nutrition assessment is $10, the nutrition journal, $10, the online nutrition journal, or the online nutrition course was $59, but we're going to add in a success audit for figuring out where you should start with your mindset and what things that you might need to confront. This is an online quiz also that has a bunch of information afterwards. That usually we sell that for $10, and then we're going to bundle that with the online mindset course, which is usually $59, to add that in so that you're making sure that you're pushing towards what you actually want, to get very clear on the plan so that you can actually get the thing. Because I almost guarantee you, if you don't have a very, very clear plan, any target will do. Anything will do. Hey, congratulations, you got the goal. You hit the target because it was nothing. But if you make a plan, we have a chance. A very, very clear plan, then we have a chance. So you get the success audit, you get the online, you get the strategy session, $119, you get the task management, you get the nutrition assessment, the nutrition journal, the online nutrition course, the success audit for where to start, the online mindset course. You also get a t-shirt, which we sell these out here for $20. You get a Grit Gym t-shirt, you get a mug, that's $4. You get your first post-workout shake is on us, it's $4. You get a gift card for $20, and you get a VIP card that is worth $280. But we also are going to throw in membership to the online area when you sign up at Grit Gym. There's 1,500 videos on teaching every single exercise that we have out here. So if you're confused and you want to go over it a few times, you can go in there, type that in. Also, it's got hotel workouts, stretching routines, recovery routines, circuits that you can do at home that are going to be spine friendly, and recovery protocols. And usually we charge $9 every 2 weeks for that, so that'd be $234. And then we're also going to add, the last thing I'm going to mention is that we're going to add the private Facebook group also. So you get to join into that, which would be really cool. So you get all this stuff, and when I added this up, you guys can check my math, but I had $1,791, and you get that all for free when you sign up at Grit Gym. Some of that stuff we haven't rolled out yet for you guys that are wondering, but you will get it soon. And if you're already a member of Grit Gym, you're already going to get all that for free. But if you just sign up for any of the packages at Grit Gym, and the deal is every one of these things is not set up for us. Like I said before, it's not set up for us. the money that we get through here, like it keeps the lights on and it's nice and everything because we all get to do what we love to do. It doesn't really feel like work most of the time. But the money that you invest in you is not for us. It will not change anything for us, but it will change everything for you. And everything listed above is designed to get you to your desired outcome so you can experience the life that you want to live. So what do you get when you sign up at Grit Gym? Like, I agreed to do all, like, this is not something that you will experience. You will experience a strategy session where we get very clear on what you want. That's $119. You get the task management software system, $962. You get the nutrition assessment, the journal, and the course. That's a total of $89. Success audit quiz that's online, and the online mindset course, $59. You get a t-shirt, you get a mug, you get a post-workout shake, you get a gift card, you get the VIP card that's $280, and you get membership access to the online area where we have put so much information into that thing that it's kind of insane. I think back on that, and like Amber and I came out here and we would shoot 80 videos on a Saturday, and it is just like, how did we get through so many videos? I was just exhausted by the end of it. We put everything we had into that thing for sure, and we're going to keep on adding into it too. But you also get the private Facebook group where you can talk and you can you can talk with other members that have been there before you. I think this is a big thing that gets underestimated. Getting into a private Facebook group where you're safe to ask questions that might seem silly to people who are like, oh yeah, I had that problem too when I made this recipe that the nutritionist out here, his name is Amber. When Amber gave me that, I had this problem with and I didn't quite understand how to make that recipe, and I changed this about whatever, and this happened. Like, it might seem like a really silly question, but on the Facebook group, it's safe to ask those things. So it's really important. But we really want you out here. I hope that everybody signs up at Grit Gym. This is kind of like I call it an obsessive curiosity that I have towards how the human body works, and I've been studying this stuff since 1997, and we've gotten lucky, fortunate enough to hire some really great people, and I really think like you have two definitely world-class coaches out here at Grit Gym. I know that sounds a little presumptuous, but you have two world-class coaches at Grit Gym, and I know that because I've been to a lot of conferences, talked to a lot of people, and I've done a lot of articles, and anyway. Like, Eric is definitely a world-class coach, and you have another coach out here that is hired and that is very much on the cusp of being a world-class coach. Her knowledge is growing and growing and growing. We also have a nutritionist. Anyway, it's going to be like the people who choose to be out here are in for a nice surprise. But strategy session, $119, task management software, $962, the nutrition assessment, $10, the nutrition journal, $10, the online nutrition course, $59, the success audit is $10, the online mindset course is $19, you get a t-shirt, a mug, a post-workout shake, a gift card, a VIP card, you get access to the membership area that is huge, and you get all of this free. This is usually a total of $1,791. You get this for free when you sign up at Grit Gym. But what was it gonna sign this off with? I don't remember. Anyway, for all you guys that are already members at Grit Gym, you guys are gonna get that within the next 3 weeks. Otherwise, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys going through this agreement plan with me. These are things that you will not see at Grit Gym because they don't have the return on investment that your body deserves. And your body deserves the absolute best. Nothing is more important than the health of your body. Nothing. You cannot enjoy your money, your relationships, or your time without the health. And if you enhance the health of your own body, you're able to go out and be more, you get more out of your relationships, you get to go make more money, and you get to enjoy your time that much better than you could have without the health with the health that you did enhance within here. So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Please like, comment, share, send this to everybody that you know. We definitely want to grow Grit Gym up to help more people. I've told you this before, but my goal is to help 1 billion people in my life somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I've got some time, but thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Please like, comment, share. Tell us what you think below, and then sign up for click Get Started over there. Click Get Started and sign up for a strategy session. Let's get you rolling.